The losing streak is over, and the Chicago Bulls get a much needed victory over the Denver Nuggets 130-127. Well, all the credit goes to the Chicago Bulls bench. Y'all know we going to talk about it, break it all down, but you got to hear the music first. Cognac gang. Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down for a Chicago Bulls win. I'm holding it down for a Chicago Bulls win as the Chicago Bulls come out, take care of business in what was once, it looked like a complete letdown, but the Chicago Bulls, they actually was able to close out a game in the game to where we was pretty much like, damn, bro, you might as well chalk this up as a loss. The Chicago Bulls, they were the more desperate team today, at least in certain aspects. And as my man Jeremy said, it's our first win in 2 weeks. So I got to take the prescriptions off, throw on these goddamn shades, and for just a sigh of relief, sing it like a choir, y'all. Caroline. One more time. Caroline. Y'all know I'm missing my road dog C-Dub, but we still gonna make sure, bro, go out there and be able to get healthy. Get healthy, get your ass up here. This is when we supposed to be breaking out the ultimate package for the people. We supposed to be breaking out the ultimate package for the people. Now we can't even break it out because you ain't in here. But get well, bro. Get well. But yeah, for the Chicago Bulls' sake, they started this game off a little shaky. I ain't gonna lie to you. He started off a little shaky. They got up 18 points. Then they ultimately end up letting it down and end up losing the lead. And then it looked like they was just struggling. But that bench today, they deserve all dubs, bro. With the bench deserve all dubs. I know Kevin Huerter dropped 20 points. I know Josh Giddey had 21, 14 rebounds and 6 assists. But hey, I'm just letting y'all know, man. The bench deserves all the credit for this game right here and the losing streak being over. The bench, they deserve it, bro. They deserve the credit. And we got to show love to the big man first, Jalen Smith. He played like a guy that was very, very focused, and he gave us a lot of good minutes, man. 16 points, 6-11 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. No blocks, but 2 steals. So, got to show a lot of love to Jalen Smith. P. Willie. Hey, P. Willie ain't do a lot in the point category, but P. Will was out there. He was aggressive. He did a lot of good things that we needed him to do offensively and defensively. He was present and definitely made things difficult and did not get a lot of steals given to him in the steal category, but he was responsible for a couple steals for the Chicago Bulls. Dalen Terry, look, Dalen Terry, for all points and purposes, his 18 minutes, he was a plus 18 in the plus minus category, and his 18 minutes was felt. And the guy that we've been calling Catfish, man, Javon Carter, 15 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 5 of 10 from the three. Oh, my God. He had himself a good game. He was plus 20 in the plus minus. And then Ayo Dosunmu. What else do you want? What else do we want? We want that guy to be right where he at. 21 points, 8 or 9 from the field, 1 or 2 from the three, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and had himself a really good game. And it was a lineup that Billy Donovan went to that was very, very crucial for this victory tonight. It was that lineup of Jalen Smith, P. Willie, Javon Carter, Ayo Dosunmu, and Julian Phillips. Those guys was out there hooping. And then when it wasn't P. Willie out there, Dalen Terry filled in really damn well for this bench. Well, for some strange reason, I don't understand it to save my life. Why can't these starters play with energy? Why does it seem like our starters get tired of playing with each other? Is it a certain someone? Should I go out there and be petty and start stirring the pot? I'm sorry. C-Dub has a message for y'all to hear. I'm just going, he said, Nikola Vucevic is fucking unplayable. And then sometimes that's how it feels. At times, that's how it feels, guys. At times, it feel like Vooch does not want to be out there. That's how sometimes it is, man. Sometimes it look like Nikola Vucevic does not want to be involved. Like for the life of me. How many times we're gonna go out there and watch Nikola Vucevic put up triple singles? That's all I want to know. How many times we're gonna go out there and gotta watch Nikola Vucevic put up triple damn singles? It's frustrating. This is a guy that was supposed to be prime for 18 and 10. We ain't been getting it. And he doing bonehead stuff. Losing the basketball, not stepping out on open shooters, getting cooked by Joker, but a lot of people gonna get cooked by him. Not even gonna hold you. But then you also see missteps to where it's just so frantic. The veteran leadership that I at least thought that was gonna be present for us was not present today, and it hasn't been present for a while this season. Not even gonna lie to you. Me and Hayes, we was doing a live call together. I joined him for a little bit over there, and we was talking about Nikola Vucevic. And it's just like, bro, after he hit the game winner, did the game winner zap his powers away or zap his basketball skills away? That's how it seemed to me. But ultimately, the Chicago Bulls get a win, a much needed win over the Denver Nuggets. And you got to give credit to this bench, man. The bench is responsible for this win. Yes, Josh Giddey had a solid game. Yes, Montes Buzelis started off decent in the first quarter. And Montes Buzelis, bro, I'm going to keep pounding the desk for my mans because I believe in him. I believe in him. But he has to be consistent, bro. He has to be consistent. Nobody's acting. I'm not asking for Montes to go out there and drop 30 points a game. I'm just asking for a consistent basketball play for 4 quarters. That's it. Whether that's offensively and defensively. And Jalen Smith is the man of the day. He the man of the day for me, bro. Just his presence came in and changed the tone. And Billy Donovan seen that. This man got hurt by some dirty ass shit these centers for the damn Nuggets was doing today. You have Valanciunas lock up Dalen Terry wrist and just twist on it. Thank God nothing bad happened to Dalen Terry. And then you had Joker go out there, lock up the arm of Jalen Smith. He goes out, comes back with a fat ass ice pack on his shoulder. And then we looking at a situation to where he comes back in the game. He re-enters the game. Nikola Vucevic still played 29 minutes tonight. I'm not going to necessarily be mad at it, but I am going to start being an advocate of if he ain't going to come out here and show no effort, cut the minutes. But I know it's difficult at this point, at this moment in time, simply because we don't have Zach Collins, so we're going to rock with it. But at the end of the day, once Zach Collins comes back and Nikola Vucevic is not fucking producing, cut the minutes. They're not going to stop playing him. They're not going to bench him because they ultimately want to get some type of value back for him. But at this point, I might sound a little bit crazy. I might be on this hill by myself, but I don't give a damn. Start the GoFundMe to buy out Nikola Vucevic. But we got to have it in contract. We got to have it in good writing. Jerry Reinsdorf, we get you a nice $10, $900 over there. Go ahead and buy him out. And I'm pretty sure some fans in Chicago will come pack his bags. Not even going to lie to you. The team has so much more energy when the others come in. Jalen Smith, for the last 3 or 4 games, has been providing so much more for the Chicago Bulls as a big than Nikola Vucevic. Your own eyes can tell you that. So shout out to the Chicago Bulls bench. These guys have played, they played their ass off today, bro. They played their ass off today. They got 3 players off the bench in double figures. while Isaac Okoro is lollygagging and Nikola Vucevic putting up triple singles. But I'm happy we got the win. I'm going to take the win. But at the end of the day, guys just simply have to be better. Real talk. And if ain't no guys bringing the energy, get them out of there. Y'all, you said it yourself, Billy Donovan. We are not good enough to not play desperate. So why the hell do your team constantly enter games not playing desperate? We gotta have a better understanding of we have to start this game off with some energy, and I believe it should start on the defensive end. Because when that second unit got in the game, they started with energy, pushing the pace, getting in the passing lanes, getting their hands on the basketball, and everything else after that. That's what they did, and they took care of business, man. But shout out to y'all with the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. Caper Crusader in the building said the bench mob is back. Thwinks and thoughts. He got his Carolines on. Hell is y'all talking about? We gonna go out here and celebrate this dub. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jeremy Moss in the building said, Bobby, I think this Bulls team bench better than the bench mob. Could be, but I need to see a little bit more. And you already know. He said that it's been 2 weeks, man. What's the word, bro? Folks, now we Assassin's Creed because we bag winning streaks for teams. We need to go ahead and establish ourselves and get another one. I told y'all there's an opportunity for the Chicago Bulls to get back on the right foot and, you know what I'm saying, do what is necessary to go out there and put themselves in a good standing, bro. They got an opportunity and it's coming, but it's not going to be on me. It's going to be on these guys, bro. There's your next 10. So we got a dub with Denver. Then we see Portland, Miami, Washington. This is a favorable schedule for the next 10, y'all. It's right there on your screen. It's a favorable schedule, but the Chicago Bulls have to have the mindset of playing good basketball offensively and defensively. I like how they play. I like how the bench played today. And I ain't going to hold you. Josh Giddey and Kevin Huerter, they played well. But Montes Buzelis, he contributed. But I need that consistency for 4 quarters. I'm going to ask some of y'all right now. How would y'all feel about a lineup change with Isaac Okoro getting up out of there and Nikola Vucevic getting up out of there? Get guys in here that's going to produce and give us something defensively. For real. Produce on the offensive side, give us something offensively, and then we might be in good standing. Because how did that entire 5 guys come out here and give a better effort tonight than the starters? We literally watched 2 different teams out there today. And they technically was on the same team. Be better, bro. But there's your next 10. We'll see how it all maps out. They went through a rough patch. They got themselves a win. Maybe this is something that they can utilize to get rolling because they got teams in the Eastern Conference like the damn Detroit Pistons winning 10 games in a row. So we'll see. Bobby, I'm calling Joker and his big goofy ass back up out for dirty plays. DT and Sticks, damn, they got their arm dislocated on dirty plays. For real, for real. Yes, bro, you absolutely right. We got Portland and Miami next 2 games. Hopefully we can get them wins and go 9-6. We'll see. Happy Monday. What up, Daniel? Eli Ram, what up, though? He says hi. I can give you a shout out, bro. Shout out to you, my guy. For sure. I hope Jalen Smith not injured either. Real talk. Coach should use Mr. Carter and Smith more often. Involve them in the rotation. I agree. If you got guys that's in there and they not going out there and giving you energy, you got to find some guys that's going to go out there and give you some energy. And we might have a lineup that can go out there and give you some energy with that Javon Carter, Julian Phillips, Dalen Terry, Jalen Smith, P. Willie. They can give you, they gave you effort and energy and defense and was getting up and down the floor. Now, I will say, when we talk about the basketball aspect of it, can they hit their shots? Because that's what they did early on in the game to help push that lead to 18. But they kind of struggled a little bit, towards the end in the second half of the game. They still was able to make plays and do other things, but can you consistently do it? is what I'm gonna be watching out to see. Lane, what up, man? DMG, why we bringing back Luol Deng? I get what you're saying, Lane. He do act like he don't want to be on the basketball court at times. I'd be like, golly, what's wrong with him? Kevin, what's up? Maybe time to rebuild the Chicago Bulls roster. That's the thing. They are rebuilding. That's the thing. They are rebuilding. Like, I get it though, but you signed Josh Giddey to a long-term deal. That's a part of the rebuild. You got Montes Buzelis now a second-year player as a starter. You have a project in the wins in Noah Essengate getting better. You have P. Will still here. You're still gonna be looking at Kobe White, and my expectation is that they will sign him. I think that the rebuild is still ongoing, but I would say that the Bulls' biggest issue right now is their center position. Get a center in there. Let me ask you this, Kevin. If we get a center in there to when the Chicago Bulls are struggling, but that center may not be great offensively, but he can be active as hell on the defensive side to block shots and get you extra possessions, that'll help this young team grow, in my personal opinion. Do you feel the same way? I think that the biggest liability on this team, or the biggest problem on this young team right now, is the center position. Vooch does not do well versus athletic bigs, and he damn sure ain't been doing well at all since the game winner. Kai, what up? Unbelievables. You already know, bro. We thought Urkel was going to start. Another start from Vooch. You see, Lloyd? You see what happened when you see? This is why we can't have nice things, Lloyd. Because Billy Donovan. Yes, all these games are winnable. Yes, Jeremy Moss. We gonna see. Portland ain't no walkthrough. Miami ain't gonna lay down either. If you come in unprepared, you're gonna lose. If you come in and allow other teams to have a guy that we ain't never heard of go off, you're gonna lose. They need to be better. And the big homie said extend Ayo now before it gets pricey. I think it's already going to be pricey. And I think that Ayo Dosunmu, he playing it smart. He going to wait until the end of the season to where his value is going to be high and force the Chicago Bulls' hand. And they're going to have to make tough decisions. Him and Kobe White. Because Kobe White, the other night, I think bro played 30 minutes and dropped 27 points. Imagine if he can do that consistently this season. Let's just say he averaged, last year he averaged 20. Let's just say he averaged 24 points a game. And the Chicago Bulls start winning. If they start winning again. But we'll see. Melvin in the building said, I'll take the win, but I can't get too happy because we're trying so hard to lose the game. Agreed. That's why I put the Carolines on. But, you know it wasn't the same Caroline. But I got to put on the Carolines for the squad in the win. We got to take the wins, man. I'm with you, though, man. We still got to take it, bro. We still got to take it. Maybe because we ain't have our live caller present. I'm going to keep it real with you. Let Jalen start at center and P. Will at the 4. That's something that we can explore. I'm with anything trying to make the team better. And I think that the difference in a center will be huge for this team. I really do. Is it any way we can extend Kobe and Ayo? Yeah, I think they could do it now. But I just don't know. I think the Chicago Bulls want to wait to the end of the season. Whip it. I never say your first name, bro. Nice win tonight. For sure. Do you think any other team won't Vooch? Me personally, not right now. Not right now. Outside of the first 7 games, what? Because now he's reverting back to those same old things that had us calling for him to be gone anyway. And the Chicago Bulls have shown that they are going to overvalue their players. So if the Chicago Bulls don't want to take on a couple second-round picks, he ain't going nowhere. That's why we start the buy him out campaign. To hell with it. To hell with it. I don't know. Sound a bit crazy, but I say, fuck it. That's how I look at it. Sounds a bit crazy, right? But I don't care. Yeah, by any means necessary. He got to be gone before we come out of All-Star break. That's just my opinion. I don't expect everybody to agree with it because I just think that the center position is so crucial for the Chicago Bulls. You have to get a younger, more modern big that is more athletic. He's not gonna be offensively, go out there and get you 18 and 10 like a good Vooch will, but you get your athletic big, maybe give you 12, 14 points tonight, hopefully 8 to 10 rebounds. And if we get the guy that we believe is going to be good for the team, maybe get you about 2-3 blocks a game, extra chance points, somebody that's going to slide up and close out and not leave Eric Gordon wide the fuck open when you literally, your life is depending on this game, literally. And that's not the only example. Like, yeah, they have to be better, bro. Are there any good bigs we can sign in the offseason? I would like to draft one. I wish they would have drafted one. The Bulls had their opportunity to draft a big, and they let it slip through their fingers by overcomplicating the process. Walker Kessler was there. He was there for you to take. They was like, nah, Vooch is still going to be good for us. My philosophy is that as a GM of any sports team, you have to have foresight. You can live in the now, but you also have to have some foresight. That's your job. How do you have sustained winning? By having some type of foresight for when production starts to slip for players get injured, things are not looking right. Developmental purposes, to have a guy in the background developing while you're good. That's why you look at, I don't really like to throw the team out there, but I got to anyway because I feel like it'll bring the philosophy home. Look at the fucking Oklahoma City Thunder. They still drafting good players. And guess what? If they can't hold on to them, or if they don't believe in them, your team is already so good. We can trade a Josh Giddey and get other assets for him to win championships. We can do things like that. But the Chicago Bulls front office, they don't have the foresight to understand, okay, Zach LaVine, we're hearing these rumors for Zach in New York. How is our team doing these last few years? We've been swimming in mediocrity. What should my decision be? DeMar DeRozan, all NBA season. What should my decisions be? Nikola Vucevic, teetering on and off all throughout the season, failing to be consistent. What is my decision? The Philadelphia 76ers calling us, offering us 2 second-round picks. Andre Drummond is a free agent this offseason. What should we do? Are we looking like a team that can make it to the Eastern Conference? No, not at that particular moment. You pulled the trigger, get additional draft capital. But they didn't do that. They didn't do it. So I think they made some decent moves this offseason, but nothing that'll have me jumping out of my chair. Like, let's call it how we see it, bro. Whippet said Okoro has been a disappointment, though. What would you do at that position? Me personally, me and Hayes was talking about it. It's 2 options. Call Patrick Williams up or start Jalen Smith. I don't know. I just know that Isaac Okoro cannot be your 3 or the 4. He's not. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been impressive to me. It's just what it is. Look how long he was out this game before they reinserted him back in this game. I don't know. James Wiseman will fit good with Collins and Smith. I don't know if the Bulls want to go down that path. Bulls going to be in a draft. Yeah, we got our draft pick. It sticks the center of our future. Maybe what we're looking for is on the bench. Could be. Could be. Put Jalen Smith at the 4. Could be. They need to get Zion. I don't know. Zion is injury prone, and the cost of trading for Zion, it just depletes everything I just talked about. And that is having something that you can work on to build up to something decent. And once you hit that wall, now you're able to flip stuff. And getting rid of draft capital is just not going to work right now when this team is already in need of young, fresh talent. No, I can't do it. Bobby, if you had to pick, would you get Zion or re-sign Vooch? Can I take the other option of neither? Fuck, can I take the other option? You think we can land Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency, or you think OKC will do whatever it takes? Now, they just allocated a lot of money to their quote-unquote big three. I don't think they retain them. I think they're going for the championship, the repeat championship this season. And then I would imagine that Sam Presti and his team have somebody in the wings waiting to take over that. I just don't think that they can. I don't necessarily know what the money look like, but I don't believe that they could do it. We'll see. I had to get back to you on that. I had to check. Bobby, how do you think Vucevic will play coming off the bench? Lazy, because he's going to be throwing a hissy fit. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to make it personal, but I just don't think Nikola Vucevic is bought into this team, or he has his moments to where he's bought into this team. And a lot of the times it shows that Nikola Vucevic wants to be off this team. And if you bench him, he'd probably be like, I'm too good for this shit. Why would I come off the bench? That's why, like, I know there's people that didn't agree with me, but I wanted to come into the season with him off the team and Zach Collins starting and Jalen Smith being the backup. That was that's what I wanted, but obviously Bulls had other plans. Maybe. I think that's what we need. Straight up, trade Vooch for Sabonis. We talked about that too. We had a conversation about that too, Ed Tech, but I forgot somebody threw a better option out there. I can't recall right now. Reunite him with Zach and DeMar would be hilarious. It will be absolutely hilarious. For real. Derek Queen was there. I guess the Bulls trying to play the long game. I think they was banking off the raw talent, the measurables. He played decent overseas. I would say that. Bulls front office is caveman compared to OKC front office. They traded for Shea. They didn't even draft him. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause when I think that, like, when you're in a position as a GM, you have to make the tough decisions. I think that you have to make tough decisions. Obviously, you don't want to be cutthroat, because then that could be a turnoff for others around the league when you try to recruit through free agency and stuff. But what was the situation? I think it was something with Paul George wanted to leave and go to LA. And then they traded Paul George. You still had Russell Westbrook. And then Russell Westbrook was still a part of the team, had that 1 year where he just went off. But then they still have foresight to say, yeah, this ain't going to be good enough. So they got Russell Westbrook out of there. Tough decisions. And he's one of the best Oklahoma City Thunder in their history. And they made the tough decisions. You have to make tough decisions as a GM, in my opinion. How would Vooch at center and Jalen Smith at power forward and Montes look? Well, Vooch is a guy that don't want to be inside the paint. You'll have maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily look good. I don't know. I think that's a great question that I have to look more into. Honestly, I don't like to offer bullshit answers. That's why I always say I got to look into it. But I know Sticks will be better guarding Larry Marketing than fucking Isaac Okoro. Is that a good answer? I know that. For real. I know that much. Gregory in the building. What up, man? Bulls bench score 60 plus. A key in this win. Yes, absolutely, man. Bobby, do you think Jalen more power forward? Possibly, but I liked how he played today at the center. I wouldn't be afraid to try that. Kobe 3, what up, though? He said how Montes played. Montes played solid in that first quarter, kind of teetered off, throughout the rest of the game. For me, when it comes to Montes Buzelis, I need him to have that aggressiveness all game long. He made a couple plays here and there offensively and defensively, but I felt like in the moments in the fourth quarter, he was so caught up in himself of not trying to make the mistakes, which is fine. But when you go and make a move, in my opinion, and when you're trying to fight for the balance of the game or impose your will a little bit more, you got to utilize that talent, bro. You got to utilize that talent, man. You do. You have to utilize that talent. But I will say, if I'm grading him, I give him a C plus, and I think that's as nice as I can be. B minus, C plus, B minus. I just want to see him be more competitive, bro. More consistent. Excuse me. That will be a big lineup, Vooch and it will be a big ass lineup. I don't think Billy Donovan will like that. 100%. I don't think Billy Donovan will like that at all. Mitchell Robinson will be available next year. Do we want to go down that path, though, is the question, at the big homie? Because, yes, he's a guy that's going to be able to get you rebounds and blocks and all that other stuff, but it's like, okay, how often will he be on the basketball court for you because he's so injury prone? I think that he's best suited where he's been at. I think New York has been having him come off the bench, correct? Last time I checked. And I think that's the best role for him because you don't want to exhaust him. You know what I'm saying? I guess exhaust is a bad word, but you don't want to put too much of a load on him. I'm looking for the starting center for the Chicago Bulls for years and years to come. And I just don't see that in Mitchell Robinson. Not saying he can't come in and be a backup for us, but as a starter, I think we need to go and find a young man that can come ball. I really do. 08-09, Derrick Rose was the last rookie of the year Chicago Bulls had, man. Look how long that was ago. Crazy work, right? And I'm with you on that. I don't want Zion or Embiid either. Don't get fooled by the 76ers, bro, because I don't know what they're going to do if they have another season where Joel Embiid just can't complete the season. But I would imagine that it might be trying to offload him, especially with VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey looking how they looking, Paul George making his return, and then you still having young players coming out and being able to perform. And honestly, you might be turning the keys over to Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Why wouldn't you lean into that? That's the tough decisions a GM has to make. Nah, they're not buying them out. I'm just saying trading. Like if you try to trade Joel Embiid, I don't think that's a decision that's on the table for them right now. But depending on how their season ends, that's a tough decision that needs to be made over this offseason, especially if he gets hurt again. If he gets hurt again. Shout out to my man's V-Dog, though. A couple more. We're going to get up out of here, y'all. It's late. Bench unit played lights out tonight. Great effort, resilience against a top-tier opponent. We finally have the heart back in our squad, which we lacked for years since Jimmy left Chicago. The team never quits. I think that's a good point. Matis just needs to play against the best talent in the league to grow like Lark of the Jazz. I think that's a fair point, Sha. I think that's a fair point. He's going to have to get his ass beat a couple times. And I'm with that. I know he says the right things. I believe he has the work ethic. I know that he's doing the right stuff, but I just think that it's going to take a little bit more time. But this is why I'm holding him to such a high standards, because he said, I want to be most improved player of the year. The way you've been playing ain't been most improved player ability. You ain't been showing it. My expectations is higher for Montes Buzelis. So I'm not saying he's been bad. I'm not saying that. It's just that, man, I wanted to see more. Mo Wagner, to be honest with you, I don't watch Orlando like that, so I'm not going to sit up here and bullshit you, Ant the big homie. I mean, if the Bulls make a decision, they make a decision. We'll have that'll be something that we'll have to wait to see. I don't bullshit people when they got questions and I can't give you a solid answer, bro. That's just not how I operate. So I don't know. I just don't know. Why couldn't we get VJ? Because he went early in the draft. He went way early in the draft. Bulls had no chance unless the lottery balls fell in their way. Pause. Fuck you mean? But hey, man. hey, I'm by Indy. It's definitely after 12. I'm about to wrap it up. But hey, man, that is it for me tonight, y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And V-Dog won't be my last comment, and I'm gone. P. Will only scored 7 points tonight, but goddamn, he's playing well in his role, putting in work on both ends. He's comfortable. Don't switch up nothing. Can't argue with it, brother. Can't argue with it. So you got to try something, find another solution. Wednesday, I got class that day. See, the Bulls want to play when I got class. Class is almost over for me, so I'm in crunch time. If C Dubs feels better, we'll see. It is a late game. We'll see. Just stay on the lookout for you. Stay on the lookout for it. If anything, we'll post something, and I'll just keep everybody updated on our community post and just let y'all know. Yep. We're going to see. We're going to see, though. I'll keep y'all updated, though. But hey, man, that is it for me today, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this late-ass post-game. Make sure before y'all get up out of here, y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay tuned for everything that's coming on tomorrow. Well, in a couple hours later today. But Bulls win. We can go to sleep not emphatic and not go to sleep emphatically, but we can go to sleep at least feeling a little better that now the losing streak is over. But hey, make sure y'all always see red, and y'all already know. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night. Cognac. Gang.